We've talked about so many amazing things, but we're going to actually talk about one of my favorite topics now, which is this empowerment of the workforce at NatureSweet. And any of you who have purchased a NatureSweet tomato, when you open up your box of cherubs or your glories and you see that associate sketch smiling back at you with the QR code, that is a very integrated program called Associates Under the Label. And it warms my heart, like I said in our opening remarks. So Lori, I'd love for you to share a little bit more about the Associates Under the Label program and just the general ethos and brand culture that this whole program is rooted in.
If I think about who we are as a company, the truest essence of NatureSweet is in the greenhouse, and it's not the tomato plants. It is the associates. It starts with having the right people in order to get the best products so that we can have the best brand, right? And then ultimately go out and create this demand for not just great tasting product, but the idea is that we're lifting the entire industry. So we want great product, but because it was done the right way for our associates and for the people growing it. And as I think back to 2018, when we first started putting associates under the label, it was a little bit of an idea. We can try it, test and learn it. And it quickly grew to consumers having this direct relationship with the brand. And what it has evolved to is really a strong consumer connection with the traceability advantage, because people want to know where their food comes from. And so when you open under the label and you scan this QR code, yes, you can see if it came from Zapotlan or what facility, Colima, where in Mexico, where anywhere, from the country that it came from. But what we have seen actually come through is the connection that consumers are now making directly with our associates. So when we started, it was like, thank you, NatureSweet, for highlighting your workers. And it is now completely gone to thank you, Guadalupe, for the time and quality that you put into packing. Or thank you, Jorge, for showing my son that, working on a truck can help bring tomatoes to the table. And so we get these awesome like compliments and just storytelling with consumers directly with the brand. That's like the secret sauce, right? Because now, yes, they want to know where their tomatoes came from or where their produce comes from, but to connect it to a person behind it, to go online and see their videos, to see that when they purchase NatureSweet, they help someone go to school, they help them buy a house, or they help their kids go to school. Like that is where the trust, right? So yes, it's safe, it tastes great, but now you know what? I'm doing something that's beyond just tomatoes. And that's the idea behind lifting this entire industry. It's our advantage, to be honest, with the customer and with the consumer that no one else can replicate.
Yeah, and it's a great example. Associates Under the Label is a great example of a brand doing its diligence to make sure that the shopper knows your dollar is a force for good here.
I mean, and you know this, you were recently B Corp certified. That's, on our way. And I'll tell you, Lori, because you've gone through the process, we submitted one in record timing. I'm going to toot our own horn here a little bit, but with as many points as levels of brands that consumers might know, like Patagonia or Tom's. And it was just jaw dropping for some of the people as we were submitting this to think, but you're doing this in agriculture. And we're like, mm-hmm, we are. Yes. We have doctors on site. Everyone has health insurance, right? We pay a livable or a transformable wage, and it can be done, which is awesome. Now we just need everybody to start to do that.